Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Inain's Forensic Classroom. I hope you all are doing well. So in today's video, we are going to cover a very important topic from the crime scene management series, and that is types of crime scenes. Now, this topic is extremely important because in forensic science, before we even begin collecting evidence, we first need to understand what type of crime scene we are dealing with, because the type of crime scene decides how we will secure it, what search methods we will use, what evidence we should expect, and how we will collect and preserve those evidences. So in this video, I will explain all the types of crime scenes in a very easy and sequential manner, along with clear definitions and examples, so you can remember them properly for your exams. Because honestly, once you understand examples, you will never forget the concept. So let's start with types of crime scenes. Now, the crime scene is divided based on the relation to the crime. So this is the most important classification and it is commonly asked in exams. So based on this, we have divided crime scenes into two. So one is primary crime scene and the other one is secondary crime scene. So what is a primary crime scene? It is basically the main location where the actual crime has main location of the actual so in simple words, it is a place where the major criminal activity has happened and where the maximum evidence is usually found. Now, I will give you an example. Suppose the victim was actually murdered in a house. Okay. Now, maybe in the living room is where the actual struggle has happened. Now, this living room will become your primary crime scene because the main act of crime has occurred there. So, in the primary crime scene, you will usually find maximum evidences. Now, moving on to the secondary crime scene, it is basically any location that is related to the crime. See, it is not the main location where the crime has occurred. This scene is very important because evidences can be transferred from one place to another, especially in cases like homicide, kidnapping, or sexual assault. Now, suppose the victim was killed in a house, okay? But the offender, they shifted the body and then dumped into the forest. Now the forest is not where the murder happened, okay, but it is still linked to the crime. So that forest will become your secondary crime scene. Similarly, if the weapon is thrown into a lake or the criminal clothes are burned somewhere else, that location also becomes the secondary crime scene. So secondary crime scenes are basically the connected scenes where evidence may still be present. So primary crime scene, remember this, primary crime scene is where the crime happened and secondary crime scene is the connected location and evidences can be present here. Okay. Now moving on, the crime scenes have also been divided based on the number of locations. Now this classification is based on how many scenes are involved. So we have divided crime scenes into two, which is a single crime scene and multiple crime scene. Now a single crime scene means that crime is limited only to one location. Okay. Now imagine a simple theft case. A thief breaks into a jewelry shop at night. Okay, he steals items and then he runs away. Now the entire case revolves around just one location, which is the jewelry shop. So this is an example of a single crime scene. Now, moving to multiple crime scenes, it means that the crime involves more than one location. Okay. Now, this happens in complex cases. So, in such cases, investigators may have to manage more than one scene at a time. Let's take an example of kidnapping because it is more easier to understand. Suppose the victim is kidnapped from outside their house. Okay, so this becomes the one location. then they are kept it in a rented room or somewhere else, so that becomes the second crime scene. And then if they are dropped somewhere else, that becomes the third crime scene. And the vehicle that is also used in transporting the person becomes another crime scene. Okay, so this becomes a case of multiple crime scenes because the investigation is spread across different locations. Then crime scenes are divided based on the size and visibility of evidences. Visibility of evidences. Now, this classification is very important for forensic collection and searching. So we have divided into two, which is macroscopic crime scene and microscopic crime scene. So the macroscopic crime scene basically refers to the overall environment and the broader layout of the scene. So it helps investigators understand the context, sequence, and reconstruction of the incident. I'll give you an example. Suppose investigators enter into a room, okay, and then they see the victim is lying near the bed. There is a blood pool on the floor. They also see a knife on the table, and the furniture is disturbed, and there is a big, there's a window that is open. So this whole big picture, the room layout, the victim position, major visible evidences is the macroscopic view. So macroscopic scene, crime scene means the overall scene or the big visible context. Now coming to the microscopic crime scene, it refers to the specific objects or trace level evidences that are present at the scene. So it basically includes the minute evidences that require careful collection and forensic analysis. Now this microscopic view helps in linking the suspect, victim and scene scientifically. Now, see, microscopic crime scene means focusing on the smaller evidence. So, in the same room, if you look at this room, so in the same room, you will find hair strands from the bed sheet, or you can also find fibers from the victim clothes, or small glass fragments, or skin cells from under the nails. So all of this is the microscopic level evidence, and that is what we call the microscopic view of the crime scene. So it is extremely important because this evidence helps in linking the suspect to the victim, linking the suspect to the scene, and then reconstructing the crime scene scientifically. Then we have types of crime scene that are based on uh, location or environment. So based on or environment. So based on this, we classify crime scenes depending on the where the crime has occurred. So we divide it into three, which is indoor, outdoor, and conveyance. So let's talk about indoor crime scenes. So indoor crime scene is basically a crime scene which is inside a building or any enclosed structures. So indoor crime scenes are generally easier to protect because the environment is controlled, but contamination can still happen because there are people that are entering the crime scene. So imagine this: if a person is found dead inside the bedroom. Now the door is closed, the bed sheet is disturbed, there is broken glasses near the table. So this is a perfect example of indoor crime scene because everything is happening inside an enclosed area like a room or a house. Now let's talk about outdoor crime scene. So outdoor crime scenes basically occur in open areas. So example, roads, forests, fields, etc. So outdoor scenes are basically more challenging because evidence can get destroyed due to weather conditions or animals or public movement. So outdoor scenes require quick protection and proper search methods. Now imagine we have a case where a dead body is found in an open field, okay, or near a roadside. So there are tire marks on the soil, or there may be footprints that are present, or maybe the victim's belongings are scattered around. So this becomes an outdoor crime scene because it is in an open environment, and outdoor scenes are tricky because wind, rain, sunlight, or animals can come and destroy evidences quickly. So if a body is found in a forest or on a road, accident happens on a highway, or a weapon is found in an open park, that is your outdoor crime scene. Now let's talk about conveyance crime scene, which is also called as vehicle crime scene. So this is a crime scene which involves vehicles. So this is important because vehicles can act as the crime scene, or they can act as a transport medium, or even where the evidence is stored. Now, suppose we have a taxi driver who is attacked inside his car. Okay, so the blood is found on the seat. There are fingerprints that are on the steering wheel, or maybe there are hair or fiber evidences that are also present. So this is a vehicle crime scene because the crime is happening in a moving or transport vehicle. Okay, another example I can give you is, imagine we have a kid who is being kidnapped and is being transported in a van, and later evidences like fibers or his hair is covered from the vehicle. So all of these cars, buses, trains, boats, all can become crime scenes. So this was the complete and most important topic of types of crime scenes in a very simple and sequential way. If you're preparing for your exams, or your college exams or any scientific officer level exams, then this topic is a must. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found it helpful, do like, share and subscribe to the channel. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye.